Hey everyone, Soteria here. With the recent Wimbledon event wrapping up, I figured it is the absolute perfect time to catch you guys up on some fresh tea and pull back the curtain on a few things. Today, we need to talk about Wimbledon and, of course, Tom Hiddleston. Now, we all know Tom is a massive tennis fan, so seeing him there isn't a shocker. But behind the scenes, this love for the sport goes way deeper than just tennis. Look, Wimbledon didn't used to be this massive, hyper-commercialized spectacle. Honestly, unless you actually play tennis or just love the sport, it's not inherently that thrilling. But over time, Wimbledon transformed into something else. It became the Coachella for the ultra elite, the ultimate hub for PR stunts. Why? Because the royal family and high society completely colonized it. Now, you see everyone from A-list actors to pop stars flocking to the stands. If you're a celebrity looking for clout, this is where you go to rub shoulders with billionaires, expand your wealthy network, and secure your next big gig. It's just another layer of capitalist hypocrisy created by the rich, if you ask me. If you get invited or buy your way in, there are strict, archaic dress codes. Suits, ties, royal standards, the whole masquerade. And if you want to look like you belong among the elite, even the worst seats at the very back will run you at least $5,000. To put that into perspective, that's about 4 to 5 months of minimum wage for a regular working class person. Suddenly doesn't sound so glamorous, does it? Tom attending this event religiously, acting like the pristine British gentleman, bringing his mother along. It's honestly brilliant PR on his part. But this time around, things got interesting. He was spotted looking remarkably cozy with Jennifer Lopez. Psst. Don't say you heard it from me, but industry whispers are saying they've been hanging out for a while now and even took a secret vacation together. Meanwhile, poor Zoe isn't even putting in the effort to maintain the illusion of their relationship anymore. What's her next move? Parading a baby stroller for the paparazzi again? Or is she going to claim that an open relationship is the ultimate proof of modern love? Because let's not forget her infamous old podcast interview, where she unironically defended a sexless relationship and tried to normalize it. Look, a sexless dynamic is completely valid for asexual people. But Tom is definitely not asexual, and neither are you, Zoe. You shouldn't try to normalize toxic social standards dictated by rich elites just to secure your social status. In reality, Tom looks infinitely happier around beautiful high society women like Jennifer Lopez. If that relationship with Zoe isn't open, then God help her. Seeing them continue this manufactured PR circus while he allegedly steps out is wild. But then again, it's been like this from the very beginning, hasn't it? Zoe stans might be utterly shocked by this, but since the birth of their first child, Tom is never actually in the country for his kids' or Zoe's birthdays. He is conveniently always on set or filming. Lately, the entire narrative revolves solely around Tom. Zoe has become practically invisible, except when her remaining fans bring her up. Outside of mandatory, manufactured industry events, when was the last time we saw them casually walking down the street together? I certainly don't remember. Ever since Zoe moved, maybe she feels fulfilled raising the kids alone. I don't want to speak too harshly, but personally, I could never lower myself to being a glorified broodmare in that kind of setup. Let's look at the cold, hard facts of life. 2 kids, completely out of wedlock. I am not judging anyone's personal lifestyle choices, sex life, or having children unmarried. But let's be real about how the elite class operates. When an unmarried couple splits, the children almost always stay with the mother, and legally, the wealthy father is rarely bound to the same extreme alimony and lifestyle maintenance structures as a legal wife. I strongly believe Tom calculated this from day one. Who in high society wants to jeopardize their lineage, estate, and legacy like that? It's cynical, but it's how they think. Now, don't get it twisted, Zoe is no innocent victim here. Lest we forget, she has very close, documented ties to individuals named directly in the Epstein files. When you remember that dark chapter of her past, Tom's messy PR games actually look quite tame in comparison. Why is this British elite culture so dominant? If you've watched Bridgerton, you can probably guess, but luckily for you, researching is free, so I did the digging for you. This entire high society season and social PR culture originates entirely from old British aristocracy. For centuries, the royal family used these exclusive events to deepen connections with lesser elite families and consolidate power, keeping the lower classes entirely shut out. Lately, it seems the descendants of these aristocrats have decided to expand their circle and capitalist Americans want a piece of the pie. If you look at modern media, American production companies are obsessively co-opting British history, turning historical romances into massive cash cows. But Lord deliver us from getting more productions filled with Instagram face. Our modern beauty standards are already deeply warped by cosmetic procedures, and now this aesthetic is bleeding into historical period dramas where it absolutely does not belong. You can clearly see how badly Bridgerton began to deteriorate after season 3. Even before that, look at how they portrayed Penelope. Historically speaking, a woman with her natural, classical features would have been considered breathtakingly beautiful in that era. Yet, the show went out of its way to paint her as the ugly duckling, which is practically a crime against history. People are finally starting to speak up about this corporate ruin of historical dramas, which I think is great. Do you guys want me to do a dedicated video essay on the downfall of historical period dramas? Let me know what specific topics you want covered in the comments below. I read all your suggestions. Ultimately, the growing power and cultural chokehold of these elites is nothing more than pure, unadulterated entitlement. And God protect the children who get caught in the crossfire of the crimes committed by people exploiting this power. I just hope Tom realizes that his new buddy J-Lo was heavily entangled in the Diddy situation and allegedly helped cover up violent crimes back in the day. But who am I kidding? Elites don't look at the research or care about the sources the general public uses. I don't have much hope there. That's all the receipts I have for today, guys. See you later, alligator.